Hey, it's Diego. What do I think about the walk of shame? What do I think about the walk of shame? I think it's absolutely atrocious. I mean, the very fact that we would even call it that. That we live in a society where somehow men are to be revered for their sexuality, but a woman is to be shamed for it, and then she's called a slut. I hate that term. And in fact, the whole concept of sexual shaming is absolute bullshit. And I'll tell you why in a minute from a biological perspective. But, we live in this world where we have this concept of sin. Sin is a man-made construct. It's something that we've created so that way we guilt and shame a person into conforming to this society that we've created. A society is anti-expression, anti-freedom, anti-love, anti-sexuality. In fact, if you're watching this and you're a woman and you've felt shame at some point in your life, first off, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay for you to feel that. It's okay. And you did nothing wrong. If you had sex, realize that you were pushing the biological imperative. Every single one of us has to have sex. It's what connects us with all the animals on the planet to want to push the species further. And if you connected with another human being, and maybe it wasn't the right person, and you feel this shame come up, we've all made mistakes, but nobody talks about it because we feel shamed as well. And so, by choosing to speak out, by choosing to connect with somebody and to say, this is what I feel, you become a light for the rest of us. And, this whole concept of sexual shaming is absolute bullshit from a biological perspective. You see, every single one of us has a 2 million year old architecture within our head, a brain system that was evolved for tribal societies years ago, when we didn't have the birth control that we have now or the medical advances that we have now. So when a woman would get pregnant back then, that was a very deep risk. And it was something that the tribe had to band together to protect her if this guy wasn't around. And so if she fell behind, she could be killed by that saber-toothed tiger or that tribal gang. And so back then, without birth control, they used shame, they used sin, they used agency, they used this to blame and to place these walls around people's freedom. It was imprisonment. And because we haven't evolved our brain architecture that much, we still feel that from time to time. So if right now, if you're feeling this concept of shame, realize it's okay. And the first thing that you want to do is just appreciate the fact that you have it, because appreciate that your ancestors had it, because in some weird way, it's the reason we're alive now. But that belief system is an archaic one. It's one that should have died 2 million years ago. And so in this moment right now, we can realize that shame is old. It's outdated. And it's time to replace it with the truth. That this is connection, this is love, this is expression. Sometimes we'll make mistakes, and sometimes we'll connect deeply. And there's no problem for you to express yourself sexually and fully, and to be free that way. I believe a woman is powerful and capable of making her own choices. And I absolutely love when she can express herself fully, even if that's physical and intimate. I love that. And for us to shame that as men or to shame that as women is, if you shame that another human being, that you give them the right to shame it on you. So first forget that. And if you're a guy that's shaming on a woman, then why would you even do that? You want to have sex with her, don't you? Sexuality is a very beautiful act, a connecting act. And, I'll tell you something else. I work with women. I help them experience self-love. I help them connect deeply, understand men fully, and they can develop beautiful relationships with one another. But, what all too often, what I find incredibly sad and something I know deeply is rape and molestation. And there's a lot of women that don't feel they can come forward because of this sexual shaming that is prevalent in today's society. And, I choose to stand for love. I choose to stand for expression, for a woman's freedom. And, there's no shame here, and I'd love for you to share this, because I can't tell you how often I come across that. And, if you share this video, it communicates to the women that you might be friends with, or, anybody that you might be friends with has experienced that, or just feel shame in some form or another, that it's okay. And with you, there is no shame. All there is love. All there is freedom. All there is expression. And in that place, they can feel safe again, knowing that they can come to you. Anyway, I hope you would share this. I hope you would share this. Whether you're a man or a woman, I think that'd be beautiful for this world. And, if this is your first time seeing me, give me some sort of reaction, engage with me, and please like my page as well, because then I'll show up in your newsfeed and I'll teach you a little bit more about what it means to love yourself fully and what it means to connect with another human being, especially if you're a woman, how to connect with men, understand them fully, how to date and connect and build beautiful relationships. Anyway, I love you, thank you, and don't forget about a thing called love.